Opponent 4-star Protection with the Frenzy Plant and then send out what would normally be a very hard counter for Gallade in the form of Charizard. However, we've got that synchronoise coverage. Welcome back to the channel. Today we have yet another incredible battle submission from Khaos. I've featured Khaos numerous times in the past and he has never disappointed. And today he is bringing us a very fun showcase featuring two Pokemon with movesets that people just will not be expecting. One of the biggest winners in this season's move update was Gallade getting access to Psycho Cut, meaning it can spam its usual moveset of Leaf Blade and Close Combat at a very alarming rate. However, Gallade on its com day got access to Synchronoise, and that without a doubt gives it some very niche coverage. The Ultra League has a lot of top meta threats that completely wall Gallade, stuff like Giratina, Trevenant, Skeledirge and Charizard. However, Synchronoise can hit back for huge neutral damage. We've also got another Pokemon that got a move update, Sand Attack Staraptor. Sand Attack of course gives it the ability to at least hit back against some of its hardest counters like them steel types. Khaos is running an ABB team with Flyer Double Fighter. We've seen this before but never with these spicy Pokemon. Without any further ado, let's get into the battle. And in game 1 we see Staraptor into Magnezone. It's a huge no thank you from Khaos and a say switch into Gallade. The opponent sends out Crobat, probably assuming they double resist everything. Well, surprise trainer, we've got Synchronoise. Get that Crobat out of here. The opponent completely bamboozled. They showed no respect and get vanquished back to their Pokeball. The opponent then sends out Sylveon and Khaos has flipped alignment on its head. For those of you that believe in the algorithm, Khaos has been triple hard countered. We let our Flyer into a Steel and Electric type. The opponent not only has a Flyer, but they also have a Fairy in the back for our double fighter. But Khaos, running the unsuspected moveset, has caught this opponent slipping. Staraptor has put this pesky Fairy in a range where Machamp can come in, shield up the Moonblast, muscle its way through a Fairy type. The only lose con at this stage is Khaos looking to flex, calling the bait. We put up that Protect Shield. The opponent of course do bait with the Mirror Shot, but it's too little too late. We fire off the Cross Chop. Cross Chop isn't lethal, but one counter is going to be all she wrote. GG's and thanks for playing. Heading into the next battle, we see Sand Attack Staraptor into Skeledirge, a matchup where Sand Attack is going to be very advantageous. Despite us not getting same type attack bonus, Sand Attack being a Fury Cutter clone. A one-turn move, these Sand Attacks are really chunking, although nowhere near as much as this absurd Incinerate damage. Khaos and his opponents exchange Protect Shields. Khaos then able to outpace to the second fly and the opponent is now all shields down. We see the aggressive pivot into Gallade. The opponent bank a charge move and then send out Poliwrath. Trainer, that isn't the switch you're looking for. Khaos fires off the Synchronoise, nearly one-shotting Poliwrath in the Ultra League. Absolutely absurd damage. Khaos gonna shield up the incoming Scold, commit to the Psycho Cut farm down and leave with the Synchronoise. The opponent thinking about what they want to do. If the opponent sends back out Skeledirge, which they do, they certainly will not be winning any charge move priority event against this very attack weighted fighter. Synchronoise isn't quite lethal, however that's probably even better as this Skeledirge is now nothing more than free farm. Back out comes Staraptor. Staraptor gets the Sand Attack farm down. The opponent's final Pokemon is Greedent. Khaos looked to make the catch, however unfortunately we're stuck in the Sand Attack animation, but this is going to be G to the G's Machamp. Gonna absolutely delete this big bulky annoying pest in the blink of an eye. The opponent fires off the Body Slam, which of course doesn't get the job done. We fire off the Cross Chop, putting the opponent incredibly low, and 2 counters is going to be enough to take that game. Moving on to the next battle, we see Cresselia in the lead with a double fight in backline. This is certainly where Khaos wants to see it. Khaos farms up, fires off the Fly. Fly, a pretty good move. And very good in the hands of Staraptor. Cresselia, without a doubt, one of the bulkiest mon in the meta. That did very respectable damage. Khaos correctly shields up the Moonblast. Khaos then overfarms, fires off the next Fly. This won't quite be lethal, but will put the opponent very low. The opponent chooses to invest that Protect Shield. We see Khaos invest his final Protect Shield instantaneously, deciding this Cresselia is far too healthy for our fighters to see. Khaos continues to farm up, throws the Fly on the CMP tie. The opponent chooses to go all in on Cresselia. And I think we need to pivot if this Moonblast isn't lethal. Let's see. Moonblast gets us low. Khaos pivot. No, we get a Psycho Cut farm down. And we are now sitting in a dreadful spot. The opponent... Was that CMP? What the heck happened there? It looks like Khaos got a very annoying glitch where we get one turn bring in. So not only was the opponent able to outpace, they're even able to catch the Leaf Blade onto Togekiss, and things have gone from bad to worse. Machamp is going to knock this pesky flyer out of the sky with the Rock Slide, but we're so low. Can Machamp pull off a miracle? I doubt it. Khaos fires off the Cross Chop. Cross Chop will be enough to knock out Cresselia from this range, but there really is nothing we can beat, and Giratina certainly isn't that mon, and Khaos is going to take a heartbreaking loss. In the next battle, we see Staraptor into Poliwrath. The opponent stays in. Khaos takes the initiative, fires off the Fly, and Fly, of course, forces a Protect Shield. Who wants to tank a hit from Staraptor? Certainly not a fighter. Likewise, Staraptor can't tank a charge move. That's a polite way of saying it cannot tank a hit for shit. So we see Khaos invest that Protect Shield and aggressively pivot into Gallade. He goes straight for the Synchronoise, looking for the kill shot, and the opponent invests the Protect Shield. Although this is only an Icy Wind, this is a move that Gallade can tank. We see Khaos opt to no shield, and it's very good he didn't, as the opponent has a very good check for our Gallade in the form of Cresselia. Khaos farms up, fires off the Leaf Blade on the CMP tie. We can see Khaos in this battle, navigating this ABB team perfectly. We save switched out of a neutral lead into our first fighter, drawing out a potential counter for fighting types in the form of Cresselia. We've still got Staraptor alive, looking to get rid of this Cresselia, saving Machamp to potentially sweep the back line. Khaos invests his final Protect Shield, on a savage Grass Knot bait, but undeterred Khaos over farms, fires off the Fly, and Fly will be securing the knockout. If Poliwrath does return, we are going to outpace. The opponent opts to send out their third, which is Walrein, but as Khaos beautifully overfarmed, we're able to reach the close combat, near one-shots the opponent. We send out Machamp. Trainer, why didn't you throw a charge move? What is going on? We now see the battle of the fighters. Buff Machamp versus top meta threat Poliwrath. We fire off the cross chop gets the opponent low. If this is a Scald, it's going to be game over. Did the opponent reach the Scald? No, it's just an Icy Wind. We're able to withstand the damage, and Khaos is going to pull off a huge dub. GG's. Some very questionable plays from that opponent. In the next battle, we see a good lead. Oh shit, Smackdown, abort mission. I take it back, a dreadful lead. We see the save switch into Gallade. Gallade gonna respect the incoming Frenzy Plant, as that would almost one-shot us. The opponent then sends out Charizard. Charizard probably assumes it tanks everything, although we've got that synchronoise coverage. The opponent shows no respect, and now we have the opportunity to look to realign. Khaos can now go Leaf Blade, as the opponent is so low. Leaf Blade does force the opponent's first Protect Shield. I think we can farm down from here. It's going to take 4 more Fire Spins, so the equivalent of 6 Side Cuts to the next Dragon Claw. Khaos actually instead opts to throw the Leaf Blade. Leaf Blade does force the final Protect Shield. Oh, we had the Leaf Blade as well. Khaos could have flipped switch, but it looks like he's happy to get all shields down. I'm not really sure on that play, but we're going to let Khaos cook. The opponent actually got new mechanic, meaning they survived. But regardless, back out comes Chestnut. The Fly, double super effective, easily enough to knock out. The opponent's final Pokemon is Swampert, and stay in school, kids. Learn to count. Khaos has this game wrapped up or signed, sealed and delivered as we catch the Hydro Cannon onto Machamp. The opponent then play to the CMP tie. They do not win. As always, shout out to the GOAT, Home Slice Henry. I steal his lines far too often. Hydro Cannon, of course, secures the knockout. Staraptor now easily able to outpace the Fly, and that is going to be all she wrote. GG's, and thanks for playing. Also, shout out to that opponent running an unsuspecting moveset, as I was not ready for Smackdown Chestnut. In the next battle, we see Staraptor into Swampert. We see the instant pivot into Gallade. The opponent stays in, so we're going to be forcing an early Protect Shield with the Leaf. No! What the heck? The opponent completely sacks Swampert. Bloody hell, even I wasn't ready for that boom. The opponent then send out Caesar. The opponent fire off the neutral Night Slash. Gallade gonna return fire with a Leaf Blade. Leaf Blade is double resisted, so Synchronoise is the way to go. Leaf Blade does absolutely nothing. The second time, Khaos is gonna fire off the Synchronoise, which will do objectively more damage. The opponent might shield, fearful of a close combat, but it looks like the opponent has no intention of shielding anything. They're saving 2 shields for Cobalion and Trainer. Oh boy, that's a mistake, as out comes Machamp. I'm very surprised to see the opponent invest their Protect Shield. I was half expecting them to rage quit the app and probably uninstall it, never to play again, but we'll let this opponent play out the inevitable. Staraptor used as the damage sponge. The irony of this glass cannon being used as damage sponge is quite funny. Machamp's easily going to be able to muscle its way through this thing. Khaos looking to 2 shield flex, or at least I thought last second. We invest the Protect Shield, which is the safe play, get the counter farm down and take that game. Staraptor into Venusaur. Okay. I don't know what to say other than moving swiftly on. Let's hope this opponent sticks around a bit longer. We see Staraptor into Samurott as his opponent's using Fury Cutter. That's a very nice lead for us, but as Khaos is running an ABB team, we see the pivot into Gallade. Another opponent showing no respect to their Leaf Blade. Samurott, unlike Swampert, at least able to survive one. Khaos fires off the second Leaf Blade. The opponent opts to shield Samurott at low health. Khaos could look to shield this up and commit to the Psycho Cut farm down. If I was his opponent, I'd be pivoting. Don't give Gallade a huge energy lead. This opponent does give Gallade a very nice energy lead. Out comes, is that Talonflame? No, it's Typhlosion. The Synchronoise lands for huge damage. Khaos looks to fire off the Leaf Blade on the CMP tie. The opponent smartly takes the extra. They shield a Leaf Blade, and we're in so much trouble. Neither of our Pokemon are going to fancy tanking a Blast Burn. Khaos sends out Staraptor. Staraptor actually survives to my surprise. We send out Machamp, and there is actually going to be a win con from here. The opponent isn't doubled up on charge moves. We fire off the Cross Chop with one counter, gets the knockout. And Typhlosion is definitely not going to survive two counters, and this opponent has indeed Rage Quit the app. We get the counter farm down, and we're able to take that game. In the next battle, we see Staraptor into Machamp on Sand Attack. I'd actually say it's a favourable matchup for Machamp. The opponent save switches into Charizard. We fire off the Fly. The opponent invests that Protect Shield. I was really hoping for a big boom, but it is what it is. Khaos gonna shield up the incoming Dragon Claw. This Fire Spin damage is absurd. Khaos doesn't opt to throw the next Fly. It looks like he's trying to double up, and I don't even know if we get there. Khaos looks to reach the double Fly, but we throw on alignment. No. The Fly does force the Protect Shield. That alignment throw means we die at the next Fly, and things again are looking dire. Machamp is sent out as the sacrificial lamb. A non-shadow Blast Burn nearly one-shots us. Khaos instantly pivots into Gallade, saving Machamp as the potential third shield. It's all down to Gallade. Gallade fires off the Synchronoise on the CMP tie. Synchronoise does secure the knockout. There is no shot Khaos wins this game. Well, I've said that in a few videos previously, so you never know. Cross Chop gets us incredibly low. We are going to boom this Machamp with the Synchronoise, but unless there's a Swampert in the back, this is GG's. The opponent's final Pokemon is Gyarados, and unfortunately, we are going to get a very harsh beatdown. Moving on to the next one. Staraptor into Vaporeon, a Pokemon that has been buffed this season due to them having access to Aqua Tail. You don't really see any EV evolutions outside of Sylveon and Umbreon in GBL, but I think Vaporeon could be a very sleeper pick in the upcoming Master League Premier. Vaporeon, especially when it's maxed out all the way at level 50, is very bulky, and that oppressive Water Gun Aqua Tail combination will allow it to pick up wins against top meta threats like Metagross, Excadrill, and even be pretty neutral into stuff like Snorlax. However, I got distracted, so returning to the commentary, it looks like the opponent doesn't have a great response for a fighter as they continued staying against Machamp. The opponent goes all shields down and then send out Raikou. What a cool pick from the opponent. Machamp fires off the Cross Chop lands for a lot of damage. I've used Raikou myself and this thing is so glassy. The opponent then makes a savage catch their Leaf Blade onto Moltres. If this opponent's watching, please let me shoutcast. What a team. We see Khaos bank a Synchronoise, then send out Staraptor. The opponent is going to need to full send an Overheat to secure the knockout. The opponent does one-shot us with the Overheat. Gallade now farms up. We farm up all the way to 100 energy. We fire off the Synchronoise. Synchronoise will be securing the knockout. Raikou might be attack weighted, but Gallade has an even higher attack stat, and Synchronoise is going to be able to take that game. Huge shout out to today's featured battler, Khaos. It's been a while, buddy, since I've shoutcast, and you did not disappoint. That was a lot of fun. So if you're enjoying the content, smash that like button. If you're new, consider subscribing. If you like your battles featured on my channel, a link to a battle submission form is down below. And as always, a huge thank you to everyone for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.